should be a decent view. Let's hope, because this climb busted my butt. Far Out app says the water is 0.1 down this steep ass. She said it's more like a quarter mile. Let's see what that says. It should say liar. But anyway, yeah, I just watered up. Drank me a whole 23 ounces. Well, I left Trey Mountain Shelter this morning at about 9. And I'm headed to Deep Gap Shelter, which is still about 2.5 miles away. So, anyway, it's probably about 1:30 or so. So, alright guys, we'll go ahead and get that pack back on and get down the road. I'm full of water. Alright guys. Alright y'all. I'm whooped today. I'm coming up to Addie's something campsite here in a few, but I'm not stopping. I'm going ahead and going to Deep Gap Shelter, which is probably about another 2.5 miles. So I haven't done much recording today. I figured I'd record a little bit of this. I've been leapfrogging the people I camped with last night. U-Turn, Quilt, and Little Late Start. I just stopped at water at, I think it's John Spring. I took a picture. The water was supposed to be 1/10 of a mile down. It was like straight down. But I got my water, and I'm thankful for this downhill, because I can always make time on the downs. So it's just about 2 o'clock right now. I got 2.5 miles to go. So we'll see how all this turns out. If I make it to that shelter, that'll be over 7 miles for today. And I'll be very, very happy with that. Dix Creek Gap is a little bit further, like another 3 miles. I know I don't have another 5 in me today. So Addie's campsite or Deep Gap Shelter was my goal. If I make it to Deep Gap Shelter, I'll be good. So, oh goodness, I'm pretty tired today. But I camped last night, I'll camp tonight, I'll camp tomorrow night, but then I have to look about getting off trail again to resupply. I didn't eat a dinner last night because at the Trey Mountain Road, they had Trail Magic, which was awesome. I think I've already told you what all I ate, but so I just snacked on some snacks before I went to bed last night. But I am hungry today, hungry. So it's been a real windy day today, and nothing worse than going uphill with 20-mile-an-hour gusts blowing you down. So headwinds. I am walking into the wind, but I'm going down. So that's good. We should be approaching campsites here in a moment. Let's just hike for a minute. Enjoy this down. I might add there's no real views today. The trees are all in the way, which I can see them, but they don't come out as nice on the camera or film as what they do when you're looking through the trees in person. And as I've said before, those leaves will be blossomed and nobody will get those views until fall. So it is what it is. I will be looking forward to the leaves because this temperature is getting hotter and the sun is just blasting. We were joking about how on the uphills when we stop to take a breather, we stand in the way of a tree to let the little tree shield our face from the sun. So you spot out a big fat one so you can get your whole body in the shade. All right, we are approaching Addis Gap campsite right now. I'm going to look far out and see what the elevation is and how many more miles to get up to the shelter, Deep Creek Gap Shelter. I'll tent tonight. Yeah, it's a little dirt road coming through here. Water, 0.5, Addis Gap. Nope, too far. I got my water. That's a mile there and back. Nice campsite. Look over here. Let's see. A couple tent sites right there. Fire pit. Onward. Straight up. Last little bit before I get up here to Kelly Knob. Should be a decent view. Let's hope, because this climb busted my butt. I am so tired. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to get to camp. AT goes this way. Let's go walk over here for a second. Let's get over here. Oh, hallelujah. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, yeah.
That'd be really nice.
before I step out.
That's so
Give you a
nice.
hand, dude.
And then I set my back
Uh-oh, I see a fire about to happen.
and then I break my tent down and the tent goes on top of the pack.
I do my tent outside of
Because it's the first thing and last thing I always get up.
Yeah. I do that as well. But that was
Deep gap shelter in the middle of the bubble.